Welcome everyone. In this video you're going to be watching a few different races that I had from the other day, doing some daily races, and they actually had races with this new car, the Suzuki Swift, which, as I mentioned in the little update video, if you watched that, I was kind of excited to get racing this car because it is a pretty good fun car to race. So I've basically got a highlight reel of 5 or 6 different races that I was in on the day that it came out, and had a lot of fun. Actually had a lot of fun. So I'm going to kind of get right into it. As you can already see, this is the first race, first lap. Managed to take a position coming off the start, which I'll kind of talk a little bit about in a second. But you could see I just made a little bit of contact as I took 5th position. It was kind of a little bit messy. The guy in front of me broke earlier than I thought he was going to be, and then came off the brakes, so that kind of threw me. I then tried to go down the inside and then didn't hold the line very well and did nudge him a little bit wide, so not altogether too great from me reading that one. Then I did lose out into 6th position. However, in the draft I managed to just get the tiniest little overlap on the inside here, and you really don't want to be on the outside of this corner. If you go around the outside, obviously not only is it further for you to drive, but you're going to drop your speed. That corner was all about average speed. If you went below 80, that was going to be trouble basically. You needed to be 81 or even 82. Coming through the chicane there, that was just super frustrating. Nowhere for me to go. I had the speed through the run, but nowhere to go. And then this guy here actually it kind of spins out on the exit, or maybe got nudged, I'm not too sure. So I did manage to take 4th position for the end of that particular race there. So coming into the second race, you're going to actually see some common names here. So my old friend Kustanebel, he's in most of these, and Dino and Chile, however you say that. So THL Network, GTP Pasm, so lots of the same guys in the same races. But I took 4th place. Kustanebel kind of ran deep there, coming through the final tight right-hander, and then I did the same, and Chil, I don't know, I'm never going to get this right, so I'm just going to give up. 3 Spaniards ahead of me anyway. They get in a bit of a muddle, and I managed to take 3rd position. Not quite sure what he was trying to do there. He kind of like went to ram me and then backed out of it. I don't know if he was trying to stop me taking the position coming down the final straight there, but I don't know, it didn't seem to work. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you guys about this weird thing. So if you started in 7th place, you start the race in 3rd gear, and if you start in 6th place, you start the race in 2nd gear. So basically it made you go a lot slower, and there you go. I should have, well, no, shouldn't have gone too wide through that chicane. But yeah, as I was saying, if you started in 6th position, you'd be in 2nd gear, and the person behind you would go much faster than you off the starting grid, so you pretty much always lost the position on the starting grid if you're in 6th. So basically try not to qualify in 6th on this track, at least with this slow car. Anyway, this guy there was ghosting out, and then another guy ghosted out who absolutely nailed himself on the chicane there, so I managed to come up into 6th place. So after I kind of dropped way back, down to like 8th, I think it was. After hitting the chicane, I come back up into 6th, and then you would have thought I'd learned my lesson, having absolutely destroyed myself in the chicane going too wide, but nope, I'm going to try it again. This time considerably more successfully, and I did manage to stick 5th place there. But that's, yeah, you really don't want to go too wide through there if you can avoid it. Losing out 5th place sadly to Dino, who manages to take me through the inside of the final turn of lap 4. And we're going to come up now. I didn't manage to make any changes to that, so on the final lap they're finishing in 5th. So now you can see this. This is actually from direct capture from the race. My qualifying time there, 50.959. Kustanebel again just behind me. Ruby's in there as well. He's someone you'll see, and TRL Papi, Dino. All these guys actually were in the top 10 global lap times at the time anyway, so like these were some really quick guys that we were racing against. It was mostly rank A's and a few rank B's in most of these races, with the odd rank S thrown in there for good measure, and Pasm winning most of the races. But it was really cool to race with him. Obviously I've used to race quite a lot with him in GTP WRS, but it was nice to meet him in the lobbies. I'm going to get a nice good run here on Deniz. This lap was all about getting nice exit speeds, because the car obviously is very momentum based, so good exit speeds was absolutely crucial. However, he took the inside line, I was on the outside. As I already mentioned, you really didn't want to be on the outside. As you can see, he's just going to pull back ahead of me, so I'm going to slot in behind him in 8th place. To get that move to work, either they've got to make a mistake on the inside, or you need to take the inside line and just hold it really, really nicely. Whole load of commotion going on here. This was absolutely crazy. So many cars, so many moving parts. There's a lot to keep track of. This is why I kind of wanted to show you guys this in like first-person camera, so you can kind of see. I'm then going to get barged a little bit wide by Madness. No contact, just about between myself and I think it's Deniz on the outside of me, but really, really close. Lots of cars, lots of moving parts, and it's a lot to really keep your eye on. I kind of went down the inside. A lot of them were going wide, so I went down the inside and thought I might try and play it safe that way, but I managed to make the move stick down the inside. As I said, that's where you want to be, on that inside line, coming around that sweeping right-hander. We're just going to watch this again, because this just looks amazing. Have you ever seen so many cars going around a corner at the same time? You kind of only get this with small, slow cars. I mean, just look at them. There's like, what, 1, 2, 3... 3 yellow cars, 4 black cars, so 7 cars total, all going around the corner at the same time. I think there's about 3 wide at some points at various stages through this whole little complex, then 2 wide through there, which we managed to actually run really cleanly, me and Deniz through there 2 wide, so absolutely crazy little portion of the race, and I thought that was just amazing, seeing all of those cars. And then sadly Deniz does kind of dive bomb me down the inside. I mean, I left it open, wasn't good play from me, but he did certainly use my car as a bit of a shield to bring his car around the corner. And then without the greatest run out of that chicane, I just managed to hold on to 8th place. However, someone had a penalty, so I went up into 7th place. So that was a nice little one. This is going to be the last race I show you guys, and this one I actually managed to increase my qualifier to a 50.8, just above 50.8. And we're going to jump in right here at lap 4 out of 5. The whole race, myself, Dino, who I think at the time, as I said, was like 8th on the top 10 board, and Pazin, who I think was 3rd on the top 10 qualifying time. So that was pretty cool. And we were all like stuck to each other like this for 4 laps basically. So we're joining it here in the 4th lap, and as I said, it's really, really hard to make a pass here. So it's mostly, like most of the races that I did, was just lots of really nice, neat trains driving around and just searching for a place to pass or waiting for someone to make a mistake. But it really was tricky to make a pass. You can see Dino's kind of looking for openings, nothing going to be really there for the time being. So coming into the final lap now, Pazim still in the lead, Dino just ahead of myself, and then we've got GTH, Nismo and Chile again, same guy. Madness is in there again. I think Kustanibel might even been in there, and there was a subscriber in this race as well. Apologies for not remembering who that was, but somebody mentioned themselves when we were in the lobby, so if that was you, then hey. I think in fact someone commented on the other video, began with D, I think. Anyway, as you can see, last lap, and I get a good run coming through the S's there. I'm going to break down the inside, little nudge there, Pazim gets nudged, doesn't seem to help Dino. I'm going to come up the inside, my run's really good, and then it's going to be too wide. Me and Pazim basically make a bit of a shield wall to stop any passes. However, I don't have the greatest run. I'm going to get as much slipstream as I can to pull me up the line. You can see here as well, Chile's coming up the left, and I just about finish ahead of him. However, finished in first, so this is where things get a little bit complicated. So Pazim was holding a 1-second penalty from earlier on in the race. This is it again. I'm going to show you slow-mo. So I come up the inside, I'm in 2nd place. I'm going to take the outside line. Pazim and Dino are going to take the narrow line. I think Dino actually gets his penalty there, cutting the corner slightly. And then you can see Chile gets a really good run out behind us. He's going to come through the middle, and I'm just going to finish ahead of him. I think it was literally like 17 thousandths of a second ahead. And actually GTH Nismo and Dino slammed the brakes on just before the line, so I think they were both holding penalties. Pazim just drove on through, he had the 1-second penalty, and because I just finished ahead, that put me into first place. So a nice little win at the very end of the evening. And some really good fun racing. I really do like that kind of style of racing. It is a lot of fun, lots of close battles and all sorts of things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I forgot to mention one thing, by the way, guys, is that you can see now my driver rating is just shy of rank A. So very close now, guys, and maybe in the next episode will be when I actually make it to rank A. And also, hope you guys had a good Christmas, and if you're in Britain, enjoy your Boxing Day, and I'll see you soon.